Well, going right along with this, folks, we have a very special presentation to make. As you know, Major Brent Taylor was serving as mayor when he deployed to Afghanistan early last year. In November, we were shocked and saddened to learn that he was killed in the line of duty. He had served his family, his community, and his country passionately his whole life. Both he and his wife, Jennie, with us today, have been involved in the league as board member in Brent's case and auxiliary president as in Jennie's case. After his passing, we as the board decided to create an award in both of their names to honor the many individuals who give so much to serve the residents of their cities and towns. It's the Brent and Jennie Taylor Service Award. And today, we're honored to have Jennie Taylor with us. Jennie, would you come make a few remarks?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me today. It kind of feels like coming home. My husband was first elected to the North Ogden City Council 10 years ago this fall, and he's come to many of these conferences. This annual conference is usually over our anniversary, which will be next Wednesday, and so we used it as a time to leave the kids with grandma and come spend a few days at the Great Sheridan in Salt Lake City, and always soaking in the great speakers. Became an astronaut, athletes. Mark Eaton was here, authors, advisors, and just people to motivate and uplift and inspire both Brent and me as parents, as a couple, and as community members. And so it is great to be here today. It's great to see the video. It's great to see these beautiful youth and the power that you have in what you've written. I hope you realize what a gift you have, and I hope you keep using it, because you're able to use your words as a source of inspiration to all of us in this room, and you've got a great future ahead of you. So thank you for that. I loved your words that it's not just any town, it's our town. And I hope that my children feel the same way about their hometown. Today I'd like to speak very briefly to those of you who are here specifically because you hold a public office. Some of you, like you've seen in the video, are winding down your time of service, while others of you are seeking re-election in a few short weeks. Some of you are in the middle of your elected term and safe with your seat, while others of you haven't been elected at all, but rather appointed to fill an unexpected vacancy in your city or town. I know this because there are members from my own city of North Ogden that fill each of these roles. Some of you are employed full-time by your municipality, while others of you have day jobs and yet manage to work in countless hours of public service, seemingly on the side. Regardless of whether you've been in office for years or if you're just getting your feet wet in your first term, most likely, you regularly get stopped at the grocery store, on your way to the mailbox, and as you enter your respective houses of worship, stopped by residents who want to make sure that you know that they know how little they think you know about what it is you are expected to know as you execute the duties of your office. All of you likely have email inboxes, voicemail boxes, and public council chambers full of residents' suggestions, comments, and sometimes colorful complaints about issues you are currently facing in your hometowns. All of you have likely felt overworked, misunderstood, and at times completely unappreciated. To all of you, may I simply say thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for committing yourselves to the beautiful cities and towns across Utah by taking that sacred oath of office that each of you has taken. I know that you know that not for a moment do you take that oath lightly. I know that weighing the issues of the day is a difficult, thorough, and sometimes agonizing task before each proposal you make and each vote that you cast. I know that you know you're not in this for the fame or the recognition or the credit or the paycheck. I know that you know what you are doing matters. What you're doing for your city or your town matters. I know that you know that this great democratic republic known as the United States of America is only as strong as her cities and towns. I know that you know that what happens in our homes and so close to home is what has the power to protect our homes and to keep this country the land of the free and the home of the brave. And so today, I stand here to simply say, thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for the courage it takes to first throw your hat into the ring and run for public office, and then for the fortitude it takes to take that sacred oath of office and get to work doing your best to execute the duties thereof. May God bless us all in our efforts to be of service to Him, to our families, and to our country whenever and however we can. May He bless us all to remember that same sacred truth that my late husband, Mayor Brent Taylor, knew so fully, so personally, and so well. And that is the sacred truth that service is what leadership is all about.
Have you ever witnessed anyone deal with such difficulty and tragedy better and in a more incredible way than Jennie Taylor? Really amazing. Thank you, Jennie, for all you and your beautiful children are doing to further the cause of your family and for freedom and democracy. As we go forward here, I couldn't help in this last video but think the people since I've been around the league that have inspired me and been mentors to me, in addition to Major Brent Taylor. But a few past presidents came to mind. Steve Fairbanks, Carlton Christensen, a man bigger than life, John Curtis, Lynn Pace, Steve Hyatt, Beth Holbrook. There's so many like that, so many people deserving of our respect and our gratitude. Honesty, integrity, and patriotism are guiding principles for the recipient of the League's first Taylor Service Award. This man has served 16 years as a city council member in addition to volunteering for many other boards, often simultaneously. Yet, in perfect irony, this might give you a heads up, his initial campaign slogan was, "A man without a plan." Outgoing Sandy City Council member Steve Fairbanks is our first recipient of the Mayor Brent and Jennie Taylor Service Award.
Planned very well to represent the residents of his city, simply through his love for his community and his quest to do what needs to be done. Sometimes his choices are made despite his personal opinion or public pressure to act contrary.
In the nomination for this award submitted by his former colleague, Harriman City Council member Nicole Martin, she explains clearly why Council Member Fairbanks deserves this honor. She writes, "Steve Fairbanks is an example of giving service for the right reasons. Steve is a yes man in the best possible way. When he's needed, he says yes. He gives his time, energy, and positive attitude freely, at times sacrificing even his own health for the greater good."
He's worked passionately on issues to improve the quality of life in Sandy. He's improved self-sustainability with the Neighborhood Preservation Act. He's increased public safety with programs such as the Safe Exchange Zone for people who buy and sell online.
He's improved community engagement. For example, he helped bring food trucks into Sandy. way to go. And his greatest accomplishments, according to Council Member Martin, were those that required courage in the face of public vitriol. Political courage, she says, cannot be understated when one looks at service. It's far easier to serve as expected, far harder to serve as needed.
She states, Council Member Steve Fairbanks stands out as a beacon we should all look for toward to gauge the brightness of our own works of service. He has always and will always shine brightly, leading the way for those around him. He will be remembered for his example of committed service to others as a dedicated public servant, and most importantly, for never losing sight of those who matter most, those he serves.
Thank you. So, as we like to present to you two things, Steve, and then we might give you a chance to say a few words to rebut. Yes. First of all, we'd like to give you a copy of that nomination so eloquently done by Nicole Martin. Thank you. So there's that. And then we'd like to give you this. We've got to be very careful with this, so nothing slides out. This is a flag that was flown on 9/11 at the Utah State Capitol just a few days ago. And so we'd like to present this to you, and it's got its certificate of authenticity with it, Steve. And so we hope this will be something you'll remember as an honor to you in your service for not only Sandy City, but the entire state of Utah. Thank you. Steve Fairbanks.
I look a little teary-eyed. I'm still responding to those essays. I didn't expect this. I don't feel worthy. And I know there's some of you out there going, yeah, you're right. 16 years has kind of flown by. And I didn't realize that I was volunteering so much. I actually just thought that if I'm going to have an opinion about something, which I always did, that I ought to be informed. So I would volunteer to find out what was going on and get better resources. And I don't think I'm any different than the rest of you. I see out here many people who deserve this much more than I do. Not all of you. but a lot of you. And I'm honored to be recognized. Just as a matter of irony, when Mayor Taylor was deployed to Afghanistan, I was asked to serve the remainder of his term on the board of directors, which is also an honor. But there are many who serve that are equal to, whose qualifications are equal to mine. And I think that would mean most of you here. And so I will proudly accept this award on behalf of all of you. Thank you.
I would say that was a pretty good kickoff, Jenny. Thank you very much. We talked with Jenny about this months ago and proposed this idea, and she, of course, warmly accepted the opportunity to be a part of this every year. We look forward to this. We've got a process in place to help us go through this. And while Steve is right, there are many that might be deserving. I don't think there are any that are more deserving than Steve Fairbanks. So thank you so much, Steve.